Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Wednesday session with us. So, today we will be talking about how to make stress our friend and not an enemy. What are the ways to befriend stress levels? So, I'm Dr. Shanaz. I'm a certified Smriti meditation practitioner and Ayurveda practitioner. So, today I'll be talking about stress levels and how to, make it uh, as a positive thing for you to grow personally. So I would start with these two pictures. What do you feel like while seeing the first picture number A and picture number B? So you can share your thoughts in the chat box. What is the feeling that you have when you see this picture? I'm waiting for the responses. Yeah, here we are getting some. A feels more familiar. Okay. A makes me feel stressed. A stress and B calm. Stress versus Zen. Vishani is saying that is me during the day at work. Okay. So let me ask you, is it possibly to be as the picture number B? While you're working, is it possible? No, Zamzam is saying no. Okay. Not all the time. Not always. Yes, sometimes. Yes. Yes. So this is what we are going to speak today. How we can be calm during stressful times as well, and how we can make it a personal growth and helping thing, the stress towards our personal growth. So that's the thing we are having to talk today. One second. Okay. So basically, what is stress? Stress is something what you feel under pressure, or sometimes you may feel overwhelmed, or something that is you are unable to cope with. Sometimes the stress can be good and motivate us. For example, like if you're having an examination, you'll be having the stress that will help you to prepare more, which will provide us better results. But too much of this stress, that too for chronic period of time, especially when it is out of your control, can actually negatively impact our mood, physical and mental well-being, and your relationships as well. So when it's in a small amount, it's a positive thing. But when it is out of control, we need certain strategies to be helpful to manage these stress levels so that it does not affect our health negatively. Now, is it possible to have a stress-free life? That is another question. Now I have to ask you, is it possible to have a stress-free life? No, without any stresses at all in your life. Is that possible? Vanessa is saying no, it's part of life. Vandana is also saying no. Okay, Nalini is saying yes, that's interesting. Nanda is saying no. Shivon is saying no, it's part of life. It's how we manage it. Okay. Saroj is saying no. Yeah. So here we have more of a no with a unique yes from Nalini. So yes, I would say like stress-free life is actually not a possible, no, what a thing that will be there, but definitely it's a possible thing which you can make. So when you see about stress, there is always a misguided view of stress that it's not at all possible to have a stress-free life. But definitely it's our inability to recognize the stress and to manage these stress levels. Sometimes it is always considered as a pure negative thing or something to fight through or to minimize. But if you consider stress as a natural physiological purpose, which provides you an engine of personal growth and peak performance, that's how we make the stress-free life possible. So considering stress as a natural and physiological purpose rather than considering it as something negative, which you should minimize at every point of time. Now, how we will be able to understand this stress or reduce or manage the stress levels? The first point is to understand our stress levels. So, stress is that ability of us to resist the external change that is happening externally in the environment. It also helps us to maintain an internal order and the coherence. So this network in the brain that is happening inside our body, this definitely has a significant role in mental and physical disorders. And also in long term, it can definitely modify the gene expression, your neural pathways and receptors, and make you susceptible for certain diseases. So if you rightly understand the stress level, and also according to that understanding, if you respond well. Now, how do we respond well? There are basically two responses. Either you respond appropriately to the stress and recover quickly from that stressful experience, or that constant stressor stays at it and you will be having a repeated fight or flight response, which creates chronic stress. So, if you can avoid this level of chronic stress happening inside you, that would actually help in leading a stress-free life. Now, how will you know that is it's a chronic stress or a new stress that is happening? So, when you have a normal stimulus or a first primary experience of a stress affecting your physical and social well-being, that's called eustress or the positive amount of stress that is happening inside your body, which is needed for us to move forward in life. Whereas this stress becomes distress when we are unable to cope with it. So when something is happening which you are unable to cope with is known as the distress. Now, when you have this chronic high resting levels of this stress, that will produce that hormone known as cortisol, which can actually suppress your immune system and destruct the cells, and also have this significant role in the pathogenesis of a number of diseases such as high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, anxiety, and depression. So it's when the stress becomes chronically there inside your body, that's when it causes diseases. Otherwise, it can be controlled and managed and can become your friend to increase your personal growth and your experience rather than making some negative effects on your body. Now, how would we think about what Ayurveda can say about stress management? So basically, if you're when you're stressed, when you have an external stress, if your symptoms are more related to anxiety, that shows you are having the imbalance of the bioenergy vata. Whereas if you're having more of a symptoms like irritation or anger, that shows the predominant bioenergy is pitta. Or if you're having more of depressive symptoms or sadness, then the predominant bioenergy happening is kapha. So accordingly, you can find out which bioenergy is imbalanced and do the modifications or do the rituals which are needed to balance this specific bioenergy. So basically, when you have certain stress related conditions that are always related to a vata aggravation or this bioenergy imbalance of vata. So always and always when you are affected with stress, your vata bioenergy gets imbalanced. But more if you are having this irritation, anger symptoms or depression or sadness symptoms, that determines the other component or the other bioenergy called as pitta or kapha. So that's the basic concept that Ayurveda says. And Ayurveda has this preventing stress approaches. There are mainly two approaches. The first one is to avoid those factors which induce stress and which vitiates this bioenergy. So if you're a person who always has this, when you get stressed, you always respond through irritability and anger, make sure that you are not indulging in any other factors which otherwise also vitiates this pitta bioenergy. So when you're having already the stress and when you are having already the levels of this anger or irritation. On the top of it, if you're having a hot coffee or if you're having alcohol, all these kind of things can further vitiate this pitta bio energy. So accordingly, you need to make sure that you are avoiding the factors which induce stress or which vitiate these bioenergies. And one thing we can do to prevent the coping capacity, prevent the stress is to increase the coping capacity of the body. Now, how will we increase the coping capacity of the body? That will be coming in short. So now, how will you know that you are reacting to the stress? So when you're feeling emotional, when something happens, and when you're feeling anger, or when you're feeling sad, or very nervous, or if you have trouble with sleeping and eating, that are usually the normal reaction to stress. So the big challenge what happens in managing stress levels is having poor self-awareness. Now, how will we create the self-awareness? That I'll be asking a few more questions in the future. So this poor self-awareness is the big challenge for managing stress levels inside the body. So how will you know that you are aware of your own stress? Now, if you ask few of these set of questions at the end of the day, every day, if you make this as a ritual, you will develop this self-awareness habit. Now, if I ask you, how often do you feel well rested? Now, let's take the last week. In the typical last week, how often do you feel well rested? You can answer in the chat box. Okay. Have you ever thought of it? When did you rested well in the last week? Or how many times did you rested well in the last week? Okay. Yeah. Oh, and then I'm saying 4 times. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So there are few more questions that I would like to ask. How often do you feel fully engrossed in your work? Which can be, again, like put it into 2 to 3 other questions as well. Like how long do these periods last? And what time of day or night do they occur? So likewise, if you constantly ask yourself, like these short questions, by correctly detailing all these points, like think of a recent time when you were surprised by something stressful at work. How did you react? Now just close your eyes and think of this recent time when you were surprised by something stressful at work or in the family or between your friends or around your surroundings, anywhere. How did you react? What was your reaction? Just quickly close your eyes and then you can put that in the chat box if you get the answer. What was your reaction? Was it anger? Was it sadness? Or was it, anxiety or fear? What was your reaction to a recent time when something stressful happened in your life? Nikki is saying anger. Angela is saying migraines, dizziness, shaky feeling. Ishani is saying anxious and overwhelmed. Ronit is saying anger. Deepa saying sadness. I had tears involuntarily. Saroj is saying anxiety. So she did deep breathing. That's wonderful. Okay, Anne is saying eating unhealthy food. Now here's something different from Raji, overconfidence. Vanessa is saying irritation and anger, bad eating. Nalini, anxiety, so I wanted to find the solution. Siobhan is saying disappointed. Sasha, overwhelmed and anger. Okay, now let me ask you, in what ways did you focus on resources to help manage the stress level? What were your coping strategies when you had this feeling of anger, irritation? Someone was saying like eating comfort food and unhealthy food. Oh, Nikki is saying meditation. Deepa saying I went for a walk. Siobhan is saying breathing. Anne is saying talking to a friend. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So almost all of you know the most of the coping strategies, I suppose. Here comes a list of very well coping strategies that are, present right now. Okay. Now, if I ask you, what would you do differently the next time when you have, to avoid this? What would you do? Do you have a plan of action if this happens for the next time? Any plan of action next time? Mm-hmm. Vanessa is saying, breathe properly, try not to react. Saroj is saying, give myself more time to do the job. Now that seems a practical solution. Sasha is saying, go walk in the nature. Angela is saying, go for a walk, listen to music. Zamzam is saying, take a deep breath and walk away and then deal the issue. Journaling. I told the work people I will not be in this situation again. Okay, that was also a good step. Mm-hmm. Okay, Vishan is saying something interesting. Doing positive self-talk. Mm-hmm. Nalini is saying be prepared for that sort of situation. Rita is saying remove myself from the situation for a few times. Behave more confidently from Shivon. Okay, yeah. Now, have you ever asked like what are the biggest sources of stress in your life? Or in what circumstances does stress from one aspect of your life surface in another? Have you ever thought of this? Have you listed these biggest sources of stress in your life? Okay. Next question is how do you cope with stress? Or do your coping mechanisms deplete your energy or restore it? Now, as far as I got the answers, like most of you are having like walking and meditation sort of coping strategies which actually restore our energy, but some of you are having some unhealthy food, comfort food kind of strategies as well. Don't worry, but we'll work on it. So when you have these coping strategies, do they help build awareness around your stress or reduce it? So is it just reducing the stress or is it also helping you to build some awareness around your stress? And how many warning signs of chronic stress have you experienced this week? So, have you experienced any of the warning signs of chronic stress like migraine? Somebody was saying about migraines or loss of sleep or crying spells. How many times did you experience the signs of chronic stress in the last week? So, these are some questions which you can ask yourself every day towards the end of the day, and then make sure that you are finding out some way. So, whatever it is, whatever the situation is, you are the most apt person to solve your problems in your situation. So these writing down these questions and answering these questions on a daily basis or on a weekly basis actually helps with managing and controlling our stress levels. But along with this, there are some healthy ways to cope with stress. So if you could take some breaks from watching, reading, or listening to news and stories, including those on social media. So have you ever noticed like some, tragic news or stories affect your mental health as well? Though it is not happening to you, though it is not happening to someone you know, like your friend or to your family, but still there are some news which actually affects our mental health, right? Do you agree with me? Vicky is saying yes. Yes. So it is necessary to take break from watching, reading, or listening to these news or stories, and also disconnecting from phone, TV, and computer screens for a while and taking care of yourself. So having a daily routine and a care routine you developed for yourself, which you love the most. Maybe some spa routine or some massage routine, whatever it is. Like maybe it could be just a cleansing routine, whatever it is. Just make a routine which you feel good after doing it to take care of yourself, and make sure that you're eating healthy and you exercise well and you're getting plenty of sleep as well. So forming these new habits can actually cope with managing stress levels to improve your stress tolerance levels or to reduce that chronic stress levels. So imagine you are in a situation which you cannot change. So that is happening again and again, and that increases your stress level, which is not in your hand. So then what can you do? Someone was asking in the chat box as well. I suppose it was Deepa. Yeah, what about longer term, long lasting stress situation? So, in those situations, what we can do is that to improve our tolerance level, to improve our stress management level. So, for that, you can form certain new habits which you were not following in the past. So, the first one is block some time in a day for your deep work. For example, like you can block like 1 or 2 hours in a day, and then you can switch off your phone. You can take a break from TV, computer, everything else, and spend time with yourself. Ask yourself the questions that I was talking about earlier, and make you understand yourself. Try to develop the self awareness in you. Then the next is reduce distractions that are happening. Also, if you're having a very stressful job or very stressful routine in a day, you can add micro breaks to your routine. So something you like going for a walk or listening to music, some sort of these things for 5 minutes in between your stressful routine. If you are not able to find this 1 hour or longer 2 hours in a day, and definitely get serious about your sleep. So if you are not a person who's having a good sleep routine, make sure that you have a good sleep hygiene, and also exercise regularly, eat better, and hydrate enough. And if anything of this is not possible, when you're having like some stressful events, just breathe. Deep breathing actually helps a lot. Just take a break and take a deep breath. This actually helps. So you can form either of these new habits which you found, which you will find useful for you. Then another thing that you can incorporate is talking to others. So many of you responded to me that you already talked to your friends or the family member or a parent. So you can always talk with people whom you trust. What should you talk about? About your concerns, how you are feeling. You can just blindly tell them how you are feeling. So they won't be giving you any solution. And you need not expect any solutions from them also. You just talk about it, which will make things clear for you only. Or you can just talk to like whom you should talk to, like a parent, a friend, or a counselor, or a doctor, or even a pastor. So any somebody whom you can trust so that you can open up. So expressing your emotions matters a lot. Suppressing your emotions for a longer period of time can actually build up chronic stress in you. So express your concerns and express your real feelings that you feel. Like, we may be having certain insecurities and, low confidence levels or things which may affect your self-esteem. So if you have a good friend or a parent that you can trust, and you can just express this feeling, that actually helps you to manage stress levels. And also it also helps you to recognize when you need more help. So if you're a person who talk to your friend like for a longer period of time, so you have a stressful event happening, you talk to this friend and you're okay, and second time also you talk to this friend and you become okay. But then after some time, you may realize that talking is not helping. So to realize this or to recognize when you need more help, so at that time you may need more help from a professional. So recognizing that is also very much essential. So talking to others actually helps in managing your stress levels and also recognizing that when you need more help with. Now, Ayurveda is saying about a therapy called as Rasayana therapy. Now, the Rasayana means it's a branch that improves longevity along with physical and mental strength and immunity. So, there are basically three Rasayana that Ayurveda is mentioning about. The first one is Achara Rasayana. Achara Rasayana is something which can help you to improve your mental tolerance level. So that is the balanced use of sense organs. So in the last week, we had discussed about how to keep our sense organs healthy and how to have a balanced use of this sense organs. So you can take all those, advices that we shared in the last week and have a balanced use of sense organs, which will help to improve your stress levels as well. And the next thing is non-violence and also self-control. Now, after this, Ayurveda also advocates about a regular routine that is free from stress. So that I was talking about, that blocking that time like 1 or 2 hours in a day, and then making you understand yourself, what's happening in your life and what needs to happen in your life. Then the next one Ayurveda is talking about is Ajasrika Rasayana, or observing a nutritious and balanced dietary routine. So actually having this nutritious and balanced dietary routine can, and also lifestyle changes can actually help with improving your fight and flight response as well. And finally, it suggests about Aushadha Rasayana, or drug treatment, that is treating your stress professionally. So all these three things is mentioned in Ayurveda regarding your stress management. Then, so basically to befriend your stress, the thing is to hit at the root cause. What is causing you this stress? That awareness is very much important, and also make sure that you avoid overexerting yourself to do something which is making you stressful. So avoid that thing. But sometimes, as I said, stress becomes justified because of the results that it brings along. And but sometimes if it's not controlled, that stress induced diseases cannot be acceptable as well. So that is why we are saying that you need to befriend your stress. So basically, stress avoidance is the ideal approach, but it is not always the appropriate strategy, right? It's not always possible to avoid the stressful incidents that is happening in your life. So it needs to be managed. How you will manage it? By strengthening the body's adapting capacity to the stress. So the coping capacity of our body can be increased by lifestyle modification, dietary interventions, and drug treatments. Now, these are some Ayurveda therapies which can actually control your stress level. So if you're a person who's having very much chronic level of stress which you are not able to manage, and if you need this drug therapy, the first one that Ayurveda advocates is about Abhyanga, or the oil massage, which actually helps with stimulating the nervous system and calms down your nervous system. Then the next one is Pada Abhyanga, or the foot massage. That also with oil you can do. Every day it's possible to do the foot massage. So during the Women's Day, we had detailedly explained how to do and demonstrated how to do the foot massage. So that you can adopt in your day-to-day life, that can help to induce mental calmness. Then the next is nasal instillation of oil, known as Nasya. That also regulates neurotransmitters. Then the next one is Shirodhara, which actually soothes the hypothalamus. Shirodhara means it is flowing, or flowing this liquid over your forehead. Then the next is Pidichil. Pidichil means you will be having massages by applying oil. So it also helps to cause this mental and physical relaxation. So these are some Ayurveda external therapies which can be helpful to reduce your stress levels. So basically, the harmful effects of stress on our health are not avoidable, but how you think and how you act under stress actually decide what stress is. either an enemy or a friend. So I hope today's session helped you gain some knowledge out of this. Thank you so much for your patient listening. So next we'll be having a yoga session. So, but before that, I would like to briefly introduce what Nirva is all about to all of you who are new here. So at Nirva, we are focused on making you healthy inside out. And our mission is to help you to take a few steps towards a healthy and happy life. We give personalized treatment plans based on Ayurveda and yoga for chronic health conditions in women like menopause management, gut health, and joint health. So, who is helping you with this journey? Nirva is a unique team of certified Ayurveda practitioners who are experts in their field, certified yoga professionals with over 10,000 hours of experience in therapeutic yoga, and caring health coaches to help you with everything you need during your holistic journey with Nirva. Now, we also have a robust and closely connected community of women across the UK who share a goal of leading a healthy and happy life. And we recently launched our Nirva retreats. So most of you must have heard about this. Some of you may have booked also. So these are like the new launch from Nirva to experience wellness like never before with Nirva at World's Best Resorts. So these are planning to happen in August 2023, October 2023, and February 24, and will be going on. So if you have not booked any call with your health coach, or if you need to like to know more about the retreat, you can book a call with your health coach, or you can just mail at care@nirvahealth.com, which will give you and provide you the most needed information about retreats as well. So let's move on to yoga. And always, as we say, during the practice, like the practices should be performed slowly with awareness of body and mind. Breathing should always be through nostrils unless instructed otherwise. Do not hold your breath unless it is specifically instructed, and you should end the practices with proper relaxation or cooling down practices. So after the practice, do not take bath or have food immediately after the session. Just wait for at least 30 minutes. So for taking the yoga session, we have a beautiful Dr. Khushbu, who is a certified yoga practitioner. She's an integrated practitioner with education in naturopathy and yoga, holding experience in health and wellness roles. So I welcome Dr. Khushbu to handle the session. Over to you, doctor.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shana. So a warm welcome to all of you over here. And I'm really excited to take you down to the yoga part. And really, all of you would have had a lot of insights from Dr. Shana. So hope that we can incorporate few of it in our yoga session today. So before we start, if you have undergone any kind of recent surgeries or any injury, please avoid the practice. Take it as a watch over session or as an experience session. So in case you know your body better than anyone else. So in case you have any kind of stiffness, any limitations in your joints, and you're not able to perform few postures, it's okay. Just relax and sit back and watch over it, and you can definitely learn the modified poses through your coaches. And moving forward, if you have any kind of severe health complications and currently your physician has advised you not to practice anything, please do avoid it. So I hope that all of you are very much clear and excited to start with the yoga. So here I want to start with a very beautiful quote saying you that sometimes to share our weakness is to make ourselves become more vulnerable. But a lot of times we forget that this vulnerability is something in which we encase our strength. Okay. So I just want you, all of you, to show your vulnerable side today through this yoga practice. So you're going to become the birthplace of love here, because once you become vulnerable, once you show your vulnerability, it is the birthplace of love. It is the birthplace of belongingness to oneself, and it is going to be the birthplace of encasing your strength. It is the birthplace of just in loving all your weakness, and it is going to be the birthplace of accountability. So we are going to see few poses today, and I'm going to use especially pillow today, so that you can grab on your pillows if you have, or you can just enjoy the same way along with me. So I hope that all of you are very much ready to start with the yoga today. So it's okay to use props because sometimes it can be overwhelming, and it's okay to use your pillow as a prop today and to become a little more vulnerable and help your body out. So I request all of you to take up your yoga space. Yeah. So let's gently start. Take a nice sitting posture. Place your palms open onto your knees. Now just focus on your breath. And you're going to try to set an intention today that you're going to let your body feel free, feel boundless, and you're going to let the energy keep flowing. There's no restriction in any levels, neither physical, neither mental, neither emotional. So all you're going to do is gently breathe in, and as you breathe out, chant Makara for 3 rounds to just ground down yourself before you begin. Breathe in. Now gently bring your palms together, rub it against each other. Make a gentle cup, place it on your eyes, and gently open your eyes with a few blinks. So gently grab on a pillow. Try sitting on the pillow so that your back is feeling well and comfortable. Now gently try bringing both your soles of the feet together. So you're forming a beautiful circuit encompassed in your body. So you can give a good distance between the soles of your feet and yourself. So all you're going to do start here is placing your hands on the knee, nicely give a nice neck rotation. Exhale, move forward. Slowly breathe in, stretch your neck at the back, breathe out and forward. Breathe in, stretch your neck at the back, breathe out and forward. The opposite direction. Slowly stretch it at the back and breathe out, come down. Breathe in, breathe out and come down. Breathe in, breathe out and come down. Now slowly placing your hands on your knees, slowly stretch your right hand, breathe in, breathe out and stretch it to the left. Slowly come back. Now the opposite hand, gently breathe in, breathe out and stretch it to the side. Breathe in and come back. One more round. Slowly stretch your hands, breathe out, open up your shoulders and your hips. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, breathe in and come back. Now all you're going to do is gently place your hands on the soles of your feet. Just try to give all the warmth you can, and now gently roll yourself back and forth. Just exhale, inhale, exhale and inhale. Gently rock yourself. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Now all you're going to do is stretch your legs out, opening up, freeing up. Now you're going to grab the other pillow and gently placing your hands on the pillow, slowly slide forward and backward. So you'll feel a nice stretch in your legs and your heart space opening up. So nicely open up, stretch forward, breathe out, breathe in and come back. Slowly breathe out, breathe in and come back. 2 more rounds, breathe out, breathe in and come back. One last round. Slowly breathe out, slide forward, breathe in and come back. Now slowly place this pillow to the side. Now gently fold your left leg, keeping your right leg to the side. Now you're going to gently stretch your hip. Just stretch towards your right leg. Just breathe out, stretch, breathe in and back. Breathe out, stretch, breathe in and back. So it's the purpose is only to let your body relax. That's it. Now the opposite way, slowly take your right in and stretch out your left foot out. Now nicely stretch towards the left, breathe out, breathe in, come back. Breathe out, stretch, breathe in, come back. So be very gentle as you rub your feet out, breathe out, breathe in and come. Now slowly, keeping your right knee folded, place your left knee at the back, stretched like this. Okay, now use your pillow and slide to the side and just stay down. Just open your hips and just keep breathing and feel a stretch and stay there. Very nice. Breathe in, come back up. Very nice. Now twist your pillow to the opposite. Now we're going to stretch your right leg back and your left leg back. We're going to do the same thing opposite. Take your left foot, place it at the root of the thigh, and then fold your right leg and place it beside the foot of your left. Now gently slide, stretch on towards the left knee, slide your pillow and just lean down. That's it. Just slowly ground yourself down. Melt yourself down. Just stay there for a few seconds. Breathe in and come back. Very nice. Now just open up your legs again. Now we're going to do a nice boat rowing pose. So slowly you're going to gently place a fist, make a fist of your hands. Just slowly row a boat very merrily. So what you're going to cultivate here is a merry feeling. So like a joy ride. So slowly lean forward, exhale, inhale and back. Exhale, inhale and back. Put your heart into it. Exhale, inhale and back. Now the opposite direction. So you're going to row backward with all the joy. Slowly move forward, breathe out. Breathe in, go at the back and breathe out. Breathe in, go at the back and breathe out. Relax. Very nice. Now just ease out. Now let's slowly go into a very comforting posture. So slowly move your legs to the side and then slowly come to a four-leg posture. So for people who feel difficulty, you can place your pillow onto your knees. Okay, or you can place it at the back on your heels also. So you're going to open up your legs as much as possible at the back. Try to stretch yourself fully down and use a pillow in the front and just lean down. That's it. So it's a beautiful child's pose. So you're going to ease your body into this child's pose. That's it. It's the comfort which you need to give your body. So feel that your hand is stretched. You can stretch your neck to any side of the body or even straight. Your hand is stretched, your knees are open, your hip is open. Now just stay here, relax. For people who have knee joint pain, try to place a pillow even on your knees or a blanket on your knees. Just feel like a baby here. Slowly breathe in and come back. Very nice. Now gently ease out, stretch out your legs. Slowly remove all your pillows, be very gentle and stretch out your legs. Now you're going to gently lie down onto the floor. So slowly lie down. If you want, you can use a pillow on the back. If not, you can gently lie down. So all you're going to do is lie down completely in Shavasana for a few seconds. And now when you're comfortable enough, slowly fold both your knees. Now we're going to do the next merry ride of taking a cycling. So in this cycle, all you're going to focus is upon coordinating your breath movement here. So slowly bring both your knees together like this towards the chest. Now slowly start cycling. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, move forward, inhale and bend. Exhale and inhale. Just rhythmically keep cycling. That's it. Very nice. So even if you want to apply a count over here, you can gently apply a count. So this can be at your own level. If you want, you can go at a ground level and practice. If you feel, you can stretch it up and practice. So it's based upon your energy level. Very nice. Now the reverse cycling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ease out. So you've already very beautifully stretched and relaxed your body. Now the last bit of it, slowly bring your hips, your knees closer to your hips. Place your hands at the side of your knees. Now we're going to gently rock yourself to the sides. Very gentle rocking. Exhale to the side, inhale back. Exhale to the side, inhale back. Just exhale, move to the side, inhale and come back. Exhale, move to the side, inhale and come back. Gently toss on to the side, take your own time. So even you can take 10 to 12 seconds moving to the corners and slowly coming back. So it's your own time, take your own time slowly. Very nice. Now gently come back, stretch your feet down, and now slowly open up your legs. Just stay here for a few seconds, breathe. Open out your hands, your legs, and everything, stretch it out. Just keep your eyes closed and focus. You're going to focus upon just breathing deep by placing your hands on the belly and watching your belly rise up as you inhale and sink down as you exhale. Inhale, rise up your belly. Exhale and sink down. Inhale, watch your hand expand. Exhale and watch your hand just gliding in. There's nothing shallow in you. Everything is very deep. And you're very deeply received by the universe. Take a couple of minutes to just gently focus here, only upon breathing deep. And slowly relax completely. Now gently focus internally upon your eyebrow center. Place all your gaze there at your eyebrow center. And try to gently watch the subtle phenomena which you feel right in front of your closed eyes. So it can be spaces, it can be forms, it can be shapes, it can be shades of color. So just try to watch it, observe it. You're not into any deep visualization. You're just closing your eyes and gazing upon that closed eyes. Slowly come back. Gently stretch your hands above your head. Nicely stretch your hands and your toes. Stretch your body. Slowly fold your left leg. Twist towards your right side and gently take up a sitting. Just be very gentle. Come back to a sitting posture. And once you're back, let's slowly start with a good breathing technique. So the first breath which you're going to do is just inhale and exhale out through your mouth, focusing upon 3 exhalations. Okay. So all you're going to do here is just breathe in and exhale out through your mouth, 3 exhalations. Okay. So that's it. Breathe in, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale, and exhale. One more breath the same way. Inhale, Exhale, exhale, and exhale. Relax. So it helps you in letting go a lot. Now let's move on to a 9-second breathing technique. So here you're going to use your hands. So all you're going to do is, there's two parts of your hands, okay? One would be a medial side, another would be a lateral side. In each finger, you have two corners or the two sides. So what you're going to do is, you're going to start at one corner. So when you start from the right, use your left hand. So when you start from the right side, you have to breathe in, okay? So you have to breathe in here. Once you reach the tip and move down, you have to breathe out. Again, breathe in, move up. Breathe out, move down. Breathe in, move up. Breathe out, move down. Breathe in, move up. Breathe out, move down. Breathe in, move up. Breathe out and move down. So this is a kind of a focused breathing. So now let's do this once more. So you can use any hand, whichever you feel comfortable. So your upward part is breathing in and your downward part is breathing out. So gently focus upon your hands and slowly start breathing in and out. Relax. So it's a very easy way of just defocusing yourself from whatever you've been doing and just using your finger or your hands to just de-stress yourself. So it's a very easy way of focusing on an object and letting go of whatever anxiety, whatever stress you've been carrying. And this way of just slowly using your own sensation can let you give a feeling of warmth, a feeling of love towards yourself. So I hope that all of you enjoyed this session of just using the pillows, comforting yourself, learning to defocus and use your own hands today to let you just not have that anxiety attack and just demineralize yourself. Thank you so much to all of you. Handing over the session to Dr. Shana.
I hope everyone enjoyed today's session of both Ayurveda and yoga part. So what do we have next week? So we would be, continuing this talk by explaining about how to effortlessly practice mindfulness. So mindfulness is one strategy to cope with stress levels. So we will be explaining in the next week about mindfulness, how to incorporate mindfulness in your daily life, and some simple and easy techniques for cultivating mindfulness. And Dr. Khushbu will be taking yoga to foster mindfulness inside you. So now it's the time to answer your questions. So if you're having any questions or doubts related to the session, you can either post it in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and then ask those questions.
Hello, can I ask a question?
Yes, Saraj, please go on.
My question is, what about anxiety at night? Like you wake up in the night with anxiety. So how do we cope with that?
Yeah, so waking up with anxiety at night is could be a sign of chronic stress, right? So as it would be because of certain reasons which are causing because of certain, suppressed emotions that happen in your life, which we need to address. So all these kind of symptoms comes under this chronic stress, which needs to be addressed professionally. So I would, suggest you to take a personal consultation and then find out the root cause for it and then have it accordingly. But to to find yourself relief during at that point of time, deep breathing can help. And there are certain specific breathing techniques called as box breathing, 478 breathing, some specific techniques, which I'm sure your yoga coach, would be able to help you. So that also we can look forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saroj, for that question.
Hello.
Yeah, Carolina.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
in my case, it's not as a question, but it's a reflection, because it has been very, very useful this session for me. Because I'm with you because I'm going through the menopause. And for me, it has been very hard to realize that my body now manages the stress because of the hormones. Mm-hmm. My body, I can manage the stress as I used to do it before. So it has been very useful how to recognize the stressful, because for me, a situation that before wasn't stressful, now it is. But it's very, very useful to work with you to realize that now, to know better my body and to realize what it is now a stressful situation for me, that because it was completely different. So it's very, very useful. Yeah, yeah, really good session, really good.
Thank you, Carolina.
Thanks to you for everything.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So I hope there are no more questions. So we will be winding up soon. So thank you so much for attending today's session, everyone. So as you all know, like we have launched our Facebook community called as Nirva Cycle. So if you haven't joined our Facebook community, we'll be putting up a link in the chat box. Please make sure that you join our community so that we can be in connection with each other at all the time, and you can get some recipes that our Nirva members they cook, and you can share your new things happening in the life, and we'll have this personal space to connect with always all the time. And also we are on Instagram, and if ever you have any queries or doubts that you want to ask to Nirva team, you can always mail at care@nirvahealth.com. And regarding the retreats also, if you want to book a call, or either you can connect with the health coach, or you can mail to this ID, care@nirvahealth.com. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. And as I said, in the next week, we'll be coming with mindfulness. I hope everyone will be joining the next session too. So looking forward to see you next week as well. Okay, till then.